to everyone. This is a very important meeting because it's been coming for a long time. We started planning the week of action. It was a thought from last year, July, but it came into action somewhere about September, October, and we have gone ahead and invited Jamaicans across the world, to join us. Persons who have left Jamaica have
I'm gonna
done
put it on
well.
speaker, but turn it down.
Could we mute everybody, please? Could we mute everyone? Come on. Jamaica, and we have come into the foreign lands, and we've done well for ourselves. We've spent time in our own professions and our expertise, and we have wanted to give back to our country, and we have found the easy way to give back. Most people are accustomed to like raising funds and coming for missions and so forth, or they put missions together for backpacks and pencils and books and so forth, to go back home and they give. In this way, we wanted to give Jamaicans who are not capable of putting missions together, but they can give back of their own professional skills and their own professional expertise. And so this way, I think we call that uh, intellectual remittances. And so we give you an opportunity in this forum on the task forces to give back to Jamaica in the way that you know how to work. All right, so so we started this project back in October, November, where we brought all of these Jamaicans together to want to give back. And here we are today. We've put together about 400 Jamaicans across the world who have expressed interest. On the phone, we have people with various degrees, various expertise, and they are coming back home on the May 31st through June 6th to share their knowledge and to give expertise where they can. Today, I want to introduce to you the same lady who's the troublemaker. Her name is Dr. Grethel Bradford. I've known Grethel for many years. She has taken time to empower herself through her profession. She has gone through. She lives in Maryland. I love her dearly, but I want to introduce her. She is the new chair of the Week of Action, and she'll take over from today, and she'll lead you into the rest of this meeting until the end. So please follow us. Hold your questions until question and answer. For the stakeholders who are on, we ask that you listen, write down your questions, observe, and then hold your questions until the end so that we, hopefully you can learn what we're coming to Jamaica for, and then you can guide us if we have a misstep on our way. Guide us to the right path. So thank you guys for allowing me to speak. And here is Dr. Grethel Bradford.
So, hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It's good. It's absolutely a pleasure to be here with all of you. And when I think about the Week of Action, and just the whole network, JDTAN network, it gives me kind of like goosebumps, because this time I think a whole group of people have decided that, you know what, we might not their yard physically, but we're their yard in our minds, in our hearts, and our hearts, or our home will always be our home. And so, as the chair of the Week of Action, I want to welcome you all with open arms. I want to thank those people who have taken the initiative to lead the behavior, the different task forces, those people who have spent countless hours planning, working on getting things situated so that we can have the privilege, and I do want to emphasize the word privilege, of being able to give back to our country in some way, shape, or form. I know that Leo might have said it before, but I will say this again because I know he said it several times. We are working in tandem with the UN's SDGs, right, Leo? That's our sustainable development goals. And we are focusing for the next 10 years. And this is important for us to remember that this is just the beginning of a long sprint. We are focusing on how we can, in a sustainable way, provide our country with whatever assistance, whatever they ask us for in terms of our ability, our skills, and our resources. I think Jamaicans, no matter where we go, we top everybody else when it comes to human resources. And so I'm excited about this. And what, as we launch this week of action for May the 31st through June the 5th, we are just kind of coming together now to introduce ourselves. So you can actually see a face, you can hear a voice, and these voices that you will be hearing will be sort of sharing with you what are some of the plans they have for giving back to Jamaica for that week of action. And so I do want to say that we have a limited time frame in which to do this. And so I am going to ask that every project leader gets a chance to talk about what their intended project is, and also that we stick to the time because we would like to have the stakeholders in Jamaica to be able to ask us questions or just to say something in terms of where they are, in terms of us collaborating. Like I say, it's a spring for 2030. It's the beginning of great things. So I am going to go down in line, no specific order, of course, in terms of alphabetical order. But I am going to start with Leo. And can I start with you, Leo?
Yes. And
Yes.
what I will, yes, go ahead.
I would like you to start because I would like you to sort of give us an idea, an overview of what the first day of action is. So what we will do is we will sort of like give a synopsis, introduce yourselves, please, and we're going to give a synopsis of the things we have planned and the locations that we plan to execute these activities. I will
All right,
start with Leo first.
all right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The week of action is a whole week of activities that we plan, and it starts on May 31st, and the actual last activity is on June 6th. So May 31st, we are collaborating with the Ministry of National Security on a games day, a day where we spend out in the park, mingling with community individuals, mingling with the kids of the community. We hope to bring, and we will be talking further with Renee Steele about what are the activities that's going to be planned for that day, and we will be providing support on that day. So more details to come on that day, but it's a day where we all get together with the community and have some fun. The June 1st, which is day 2, we is a symposium with panel discussions. We'll have our opening session with, we have not decided who will be the speakers on that day. The opening session in the morning, and in the afternoon, we'll have several discussions on crime. Uh, uh, I'm so sorry, just give me 1 second. I'll pull out some of the topics of what the crime discussions will be about. The first one will be about focus deterrence policing, keeping kids busy and in school. Second, behavioral intervention, students, parents, teachers, police. The third one, living and housing, social work, trauma and trauma discussion. Fourth, church and faith-based responsibility. Five, SOEs, that's the state of emergencies and social programs that's surrounding. Number six, we'll talk about dons versus non-dons life, guns, what are the answers, Mountain View, Denham Town, other communities throughout Kingston. And the last thing, restorative and juvenile justice. We'll have a discussion on those. So those are the topics for the breakout session. We want to make sure that we have persons from Jamaica and persons from the diaspora come together to talk about these topics, find out what the issues are, what are the strategies being used, and so that we'll have many more things to talk about and how we can solve crime or curb crime, whatever it is. Number day 3, 4, and 5 will be going out in the communities where our expertise will be of need. Some persons will be at doing workshops. Some persons will be actually in churches, in communities, planting, all of that stuff. And day number 5 is the day where we do tree plantings. We're having persons across the world, Jamaicans at home, persons who want to plant trees, come back home, persons who want to buy trees to plant, pay for it, persons who we want to do special efforts with farmers to increase food security or improve food security, and also offer some economic development for farmers if we give them trees, breadfruit trees we want to focus on, and so forth. All right. So, and day 6 is the last day where we all come together and have some fun eating food and sharing the week's activities.
Okay, thank you, Leo. Thank you for that overview of the activities that we're going to do. What I would like to is, I don't know how much time we will have, but if you have any burning questions that you might want to ask towards the end, please make note of them. Now, I can't promise that we're going to have all the answers, but I'm sure that we will try. Is that correct, Leo?
Yes, we will, definitely.
We will try as best we can. So I am going to start with our leaders, and the first person I want to start with is Ruki. Hi, Ruki. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Bradford. Hi, everyone. My name is Ruki Wilson, and I'm working with the Citizen Security and Safety Task Force. Our plans for the Week of Action is to work in restorative justice, which is the philosophy to help offenders recognize the harm that they cause and repairing that harm to the extent that they can, and involving the community in repairing that harm. In Mountain View in Kingston, we're hoping to train community members to be restorative justice circle practitioners. And in Salt Spring, we're hoping to do an overview, sort of a workshop on what restorative justice is to get buy-in and conduct some restorative justice circles to kind of show the community how restorative justice can help with community conflict.
Thank you, Ruki. Thank you. Okay, and you'll notice that we're going a little quickly, right? Because I think we will get a chance to kind of just touch on everything. The next person that I want to call upon is Michelle. Is Michelle Tingling there? I don't see her. Okay, so I will go to the next person. She is actually the person who heads the Arts, Culture, and Entertainment Task Force. We will next go to the Education Task Force, and I can ask Leslie or I can ask Carlene to give us an idea of what you're going to be doing.
Definitely. Thank you, Dr. Bradford. Right now, this is a newly formed task force just for the Week of Action, because the actual Education Task Force is already planning and has almost everything in place for their 5th summit, which will be held in California in June. So this group here has just been put together because there are some persons who really want to contribute and be a part of this Week of Action. And the ladies, they're all ladies right now. We are, our project will surround guidance counseling, the needs and impact, particularly in the Mountain View area and Carthage Clan High School. And we have Professor Rosalie Hamilton, who has been involved with this area and school and familiar with the guidance counselors that are there. And she'll be helping us to contact the right persons, the personnel, find out what their needs are, because like all task forces, we don't arrive with answers. We first have to find out what is it that their need is, and then we try to make an impact on that. And so there's a lot more to come on this particular task force, because we are just beginning to sort of build the framework with the assistance of Professor Hamilton. Much more to come on that.
Thank you, Carleen. Along with you, I know that Dr. Dice is also going to be working with you. And so I'm going to ask him to speak a little bit about his project.
Wonderful.
Yes, okay. Greetings, everybody. Just for the week of action, I will be working with the behavioral task force. I'm also a part of the education task force, but just for that week. And my program is mentoring, in-school mentoring program. And it involves 3 different areas of the child, and I refer to it as the whole child mentoring, in-school mentoring program. It focuses on the cognitive development of the child, the socio-emotional development, and the identity development of the child. And what I would do is meet with school leaders and other leaders of the community, and in order to form a group that will mentor students in school. And they will meet with those students at least once a week and talk to them about those 3 different areas, develop a very profound relationship with these students, and help them to change their behavior, change their focus, to get them to focus more on the important things that really matter, instead of what is happening around them in their specific communities. And then more to come from that when time draws near. Yes, thank you.
And Carleen, do you see how beautifully those 2 things merge?
Yes,
the guidance counselors, and it's just absolutely a perfect marriage. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right.
I love that.
I'll be speaking to you right after, so that I can get the contact information for Dr. Geis, and so that we can start really doing some planning.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Right? Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, then we will move on to the Parenting with Disability and Empowerment Task Force. And I know that, is Charnette there? Is my bestie there?
No.
Okay, then Donna with the beautiful hair.
Hello.
You are going to...
So let me read off a little bit.
Of what she has, okay?
Yes. I have what she has. Okay, so Parenting and Persons with Disabilities will be working with the Behavioral Health Task Force to ensure that persons with disabilities are acknowledged and needs served where possible. We will be taking a tour of a mustard seed home close to the Mountain View area to get a better understanding of some of the issues that the underserved population face in a controlled environment, and seeing how the services can be duplicated in the Mountain View community if the need exists. Also, there's a fair games day at Harmony Park with the Ministry of National Security to bring the people of Mountain View together. And this will take the format of a live good campaign type event, games, entertainment, workshops, etc. Lots of opportunities for the community to bond and talk about future plans, including the development of Harmony Park. And that is what she had for us today.
Okay, thank you for being a great messenger.
You're welcome.
And because you are in the spotlight now, can you tell us a little bit about what you are going to be doing for your task force, which is the Youth Empowerment Task Force? Yes.
So my name is Donna Morton, and I am the youth and empowerment leader. And we believe that empowering the minds of the youth is critical. We believe that instilling vision for their future is critical. So we want to come down, we want to participate, we want to bring concepts such as vision board party or vision board workshop. We want to do some affirmations, some self-love techniques, some imagination techniques. These are all purposeful, positive techniques to empower the mind, which will empower the beliefs. And once we change the beliefs, we actually change the future for an individual. So we believe that those concepts, along with all of the wonderful concepts that the other leaders have, we believe that that is going to be essential in making a lasting change for the youth. So we're coming down with a lot of rah-rah and ray-ray and ja-ja, and it's all about I am loved, I'm strong, I am beautiful, I am worthy, I am deserving of goodness. So that's the, that's the message we're coming with for Salt View, Salt Spring, and Mountain View.
Yes, I love that. I love that because so often our children are told you are nothing, you can't do
Right.
anything, and I love the rah-rah.
Yes.
I'm going to totally misbehave, Leo.
Right, Tony Robbins. It's going to be a mini Tony Robbins workshop.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, I know that Shernette was also doing the awards and recognition, but she didn't tell you anything about that, right?
Pretty much, we're going to be identifying individuals out of Jamaica that have been serving their their community, and we're basically, it's going to come through some form of identifying. We don't really want to identify, we want the people to recommend, right? So recommendations of individuals that they feel are deserving, depending on what they're doing in the community. So that's still in a beginning stage, it's still in a grassroots stage, and so she'll have further information at a later time.
It's on mute now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So what we're doing now is just kind of like giving this broad overview, and then we will allow for a number of questions. Leo, once we have done the reviews and stuff, we're going to, I think Simone is going to open up the line for you to answer questions that may be coming on Facebook. Is that okay, Leo? Yes? Okay then.
Yes.
All right. So I am now going to move on to technology and entrepreneurship with Crystal, right? Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Gretel. Thank you. My name is Crystal Wright. I'm the lead of the Technology and Entrepreneurship Task Force. What we're planning to do with the Week of Action is to hold what I'm calling a Career Exploration Day. What that would entail is not your traditional kind of career fair, in that people will come and talk about their what their work is, what their job titles, and all those things. What we're trying to do is have people leaders in the tech industry come to speak about their path, how they got from school to becoming the heads of their departments in AI or robotics or all of those types of things. Talk about how they got there, why they got there, and what their passions are. In addition to that discussion, they're going to do some kind of hands-on session. So right now we're looking at some kind of robotics competition that's involved in that discussion, or a Lego competition of some sort. So right now we are in the process of locating speakers and finding people that are available to have these discussions in Salt Spring. So we're still in the progress of that. So more words soon.
Okay, sounds good. I also think that you are working with Jovan on another activity for the play therapy. Could you tell us a little bit about that, or Is he there?
I don't think Jovan is here. He's extremely busy with work right now.
He's on.
But
Jovan is on. Jovan is
oh,
on.
he's on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
Javon. Okay, Javon. There you go. Where are you, my dear? Come on, speak to me.
Hi guys, sorry,
Hi,
I've been
Javon.
MIA recently. I'm swamped with stuff, which doesn't really matter. But I'm just swamped. I'm listening in today just to listen, not to add. But yeah, so it's my company is creating an application that really children are distracted today by a lot of things, right? More so than when we were children. Um, and what we try to do is to use the distraction to combat the distraction. So if you're gonna spend hours doing something, you might as well do it constructively. So we created a game, which is causing a lot of headaches right now, which is why I'm so busy. But we created a game that addresses that, which increases time in terms of practicing math, science, and brings whatever that they're learning in class in the game, so they can really connect like theory with like why would I actually need to use this in a fun and interactive way. Along with that, what we're trying to do, we're really trying is to create a social aspect to it where, because you spend so much time on it, you're going to want to, through root, you're going to pick up certain behaviors. So as to what the the whole positive encouragement, the yeah, you're great, you're awesome, you're a genius, all of that jazz, to put it in their minds that, I mean, you know, you are awesome. As I saw somebody said beautifully here, you are awesome, you are cool, and for them to actually say, oh wow, I am worthy, I am all of these stuff. So that is what it is. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go now because this was a break. I'm going. But it's a pleasure, guys.
Okay, thank you. And also, in the interest of time, I would like to thank you, Javon. I would like to have Stephen Snyder. Stephen, could you talk a little bit about your task force, environmental and climate resilience, and the activities, please?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Snyder, and I am helping out with our large tree planting project, which is to plant 1 million trees across the Caribbean region. We've engaged with over 14 different islands, and planting activities are going, and trees are already being planted. For Jamaica specifically, we've gotten over 20,000 trees pledged to be going in the ground, and we'll be using the June 5th date as a day to plant trees across all 14 parishes. And we're organizing with different groups to be planting during those times. And so during the week of action, we'll be planting a ceremonial tree in Hope Garden, which will always be our JDTAN tree for our project. And then across the whole region, other teams, schools, churches will be planting during that week and throughout the year, as we have until 2021, June 5th. So a year and a half from now, to plant trees. And what I'll do is, in the interest of time, share the link in the chat of where you can go to sign up to plant trees, and also our social media. And I wanted to recognize Laverne Kitson, who's also on the call, who's in helping out with this project, as well as other members of this youth-led organization and effort to plant trees. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And Stephen, enjoy this evening, okay? I love the idea that the young people are involved, you know, like us old folk, you know, we're kind of really happy that the young people are just vested in preserving our little island and our earth, or bigger earth. It's really fantastic. Okay, so the next person I want to go to is, okay, so I know that Laverne is supposed to be on. She is on mute right now. But welcome, Laverne. Welcome, welcome. Okay. All right then. Now I would like to go to Ortavia Manning-Dixon. Hi, Ortavia. And
Hi.
she is the leader of our Learning and Development Task Force.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Bradford. For me, for Week of Action, I can't be there for the whole week, unfortunately, because I'm still in the classroom and that's the week before we go off. But I'm preparing a package which I'll be there the last 2 days, which actually not exactly the last 2 days, but Thursday, Friday, I'll be there. And so I think that I'm going to focus on Mountain View area. I plan on getting some, well, we're doing I'll just say it fast. We're doing a fundraiser, myself and my nephew, where my nephew's a really good chef, and so that's all I'm gonna say. He's gonna cook food, and people are gonna show up at a location, and they will donate money per backpack. That starts from $15 and up. I have some friends who are very charitable, so I'm gonna tap into that. My hope is that we'll make enough money to get 100 backpacks and can fill them with supplies. And then we will forward that money to a vendor in Jamaica, which will provide those backpacks. So we're still working that out. And then I'm also making packages with Kagan strategies for classroom teachers for differentiation, lesson plan templates and instruction guide for the differentiation, how to implement it in the classroom. And being there, I'm hoping to give some on-the-spot support and with the least amount of interruption. So I kind of want to see the classroom instruction in session, and then I will support as needed. That's the plan so far.
Okay.
We hope to hand those backpacks out at the first day at the games day, right? Right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay then. So what do we have? I have Beverly and Donald is not on yet. So I'll ask Beverly to go ahead and talk a little bit about what her plans for the Week of Action is.
Before Beverly starts, is it okay? I'd also recognize the principal of the Salt Spring Infant and Primary School. She's on board and she's listening in. So I'd ask her to join us.
She's on now?
Yes, she's Mrs. Norma Bryson. Yes.
Norma Bryson. Hello, Mrs. Bryson. Pleased to meet you.
Maybe she's muted.
Okay then. All right then. So Dr. Gordon, can you go ahead and introduce yourself for me and tell us what you are planning on doing?
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Beverly Gordon, and I'm the co-chair for the Behavioral Health Task Force. We envision our task force as being responsible for sharing information about mental health or behavioral health concerns and creating sustainable programs in collaboration with individuals who are on the ground in Jamaica. For the Week of Action specifically, we plan to present some seminars, workshops, and interactive sessions that will include information and learning for teachers, students, social workers, and specifically for young men between the ages of 18 to 35. We've identified trauma as one of the underlying root causes of some of the increased aggression and violent crimes that's plaguing some parts of our country at this time. And so we've developed our seminars, workshops, and interactions with that in mind. Some of the topics that we plan to cover include, Trauma 101, which is a kind of introductory topic that gives a broad overview of the whole issue of trauma. The effects of trauma on the community, crime, delinquency, recidivism, and reintegration. That is one of our topics.
Another topic that we plan to address is the effect of trauma on family life, specifically related to domestic violence. Structured and unstructured play. Actually, this one is in collaboration with Jovan, who spoke earlier, with a video game that he's developing that helps early childhood psychological shifts through games. And then we're also planning to talk about the effect of trauma on academic performance and achievement. One of our seminar topics is understanding and managing disruptive behaviors in the classroom, home, and community through a mental health lens. And here, this seminar is in particular to help teachers and parents to recognize possible signs of mental health disorders that are affecting children's behavior in the classroom, the home, and the community, effectively intervening and making appropriate referrals. We really feel that there is a strong, it is extremely important to impact the home, the school, and the community, because these various parts of a child's life can really impact how they behave. And we're focusing on children and young people because we're looking to influence minds and empower our young people with hope, because we recognize that in a lot of cases, our young people have gotten to a point where they don't see options. And part of our purpose is to open up avenues of thinking that will allow people to see other options than some of the negative options that are currently affecting our country. This team of Behavioral Health Task Force, we are qualified, we are enthusiastic, we are empowered, we're ready. That's the behavioral.
I love that. We are qualified, we are enthusiastic, we are what again? Empowered, and we are ready. Yay! Right, Donna? Yay! Hold on. Octavia, I think we all are. We are really like, wow. And here's the great thing. We are actually on Facebook, and we are, there are really some positive comments out there. People are liking what we're doing. And I know, Leo, that our group will grow and grow exponentially as we give back to our country. Would you agree, Leo?
Well, since we have sent out invitations to members of the diaspora over the past 4 months, we've had over 420 persons who are experts in their fields who have responded and are ready to roll. The only difficulty, not everyone can respond to going to Jamaica at the same time, because some, for example, teachers are still in class during that time, and so we take advantage of whomever is available. But we'll be working right throughout the year as any persons come down to Jamaica and they can give service. We will do so. But yes, it has grown exponentially. It was a sweet surprise for us, because over the years people have always wanted to give back, and they're finding a way how to do that now.
Yes, and I think, Leo, you all will hear me say this over and over again. We are doing this in a sustainable way. So I would like to say to all the people out there that if you can't come, you have 10 years, all of 10 years to give back, right? And to give continually, all right? So it's not just 1 week of action. We are ready to roll for 10 years. Yes, go ahead.
And then I don't want persons to misunderstand this. We're not a 501c non-profit organization. We're a network of professionals, network of experts, network of individuals who really want to give back in sustainable ways. And so you won't see us out there fundraising and putting on fundraisers to raise money, because we don't have any way of keeping that money. But what we do, we collaborate with persons who have the same type of interest as we do in Jamaica, and who want to give back to their country in ways that they are not accustomed to. And once they're willing to give back, they become a part of the network, and we we do what we can to get the things done. All right, so that's what this is.
Yes, wonderful. And I do want also to Leo, there's a question from Zerica Murray Gardner as to how one can get involved. And so, Zerica, what you can do is you go to the weekofaction.jdtan.org. So I think whoever it is who sent it could actually get that information. We could type that in maybe in the chat group, if that's possible, so that they can know exactly how to get on. I want to say also, speaking for the sports task force, that there will be a basketball as well as a soccer clinic for the week of action. For the health task force, we will have a marching band. Michelle Tinglin, who is working alongside Claudette Howell, have young people right now being trained to become members of a marching band in Salt Spring. And they will be putting on a show for us, I guess, to show just how much they have learned. And I know I'm excited to see that. There will also be a CPR training for the community and health assessments, as well as wellness sessions to be decided. They're still working the kinks through that. We're hoping to have also a dental session for the kids. There's several things that the health task force will be coming up with. So please look forward to that. Sorry that the leader isn't here right now. So the next person I want to ask to tell us what you're doing is Cherie Murray. Cherie, are you here? And can you please tell us what your plans are? Okay, I don't see her yet. So let me then ask Kimon, can you be the next person to go? Kimon? Kimon Gooden?
I want to make an announcement, and it was on behalf of Stephen Snyder. In the meantime,
Yes.
just got a commitment from Union of Jamaica Alumni Association to participate in the tree planting exercise. They have committed $1,500 to plant trees of 60 schools in Jamaica during the week of action. That's excellent to hear. $1,500, and they're going to plant trees at 60 schools across the island. Thank you so much, Leslie Ann. Thank you so much, Leslie Ann Samuel.
That's wonderful, wonderful. So I'm waiting for Kimon to come on. I know she said she would be ready.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, I can hear you now.
Oh my goodness. I was on mute, so I had to unmute myself. Well, it's so nice to see everyone on. I'm watching at an event, but watching the Zoom participants and seeing Facebook. This is so nice. You know, we've done days of service and days of activity. This is the first time the diaspora has attended a whole week of projects. And so it's really encouraging to see how people are coming out of the woodwork to give and serve in this really phenomenal way. I'm just so proud of everyone and so encouraged. So as you know, I've worked with the Agriculture Task Force for many years, and so we're taking advantage of Week of Action and the tree planting project that Stephen and Leo just described to actually coordinate a couple of things. So the first is we're going to work with the communities in Salt Springs and in Mountain View to do community gardens. In the meetings that were where the teams went to Jamaica in January, there's an opportunity to actually create a garden and get everyone involved in planting our own food and creating some food security and participating in the agricultural process in a very natural way. And so we'll do that in both communities, but we're also planning on creating a network of breadfruit farmers. So the tree planting project is actually making a couple of varieties of trees available for free to farmers. breadfruit, ackee, and mango. And so we're going to take advantage of that opportunity to actually put groups of farmers together and create access to markets through the reliability and the volume of planting that we'll be able to do at the same time. So one of the challenges that we have with agriculture is connecting farmers to markets. As individual farmers, it's very difficult to create a sustainable and reliable way for them to provide tourists or to provide a manufacturer. And so we have this really being able to have hundreds of farmers planting all at the same time. All of a sudden we've solved this problem by accident, sort of focusing on climate resilience. We also have this food security opportunity that we're going to take advantage of. So we're going to create this kind of female farmers alliance around breadfruit, ackee, and mango, and look to see how we can work with them throughout the entire year, not just from the planting, but all the way to harvest and get that harvest to market. So a couple of things happening with the Agriculture Task Force. So much more to come, but that's a quick introduction.
Okay, thank you, Kimon. Thank you so much. Okay then.
Before you go into it, we just started a smallholder farmer female network. You want to say happy International Women's Day to all the ladies online. Want to say thank you for being very, very strong and committed to holding your families together and providing for your families and so forth. Thank you so much. We started what is called a female farmers network. We're going to have our first meeting Monday night. On the WhatsApp group, we have about 30 female farmers so far. We didn't realize that there were so many farmers in Jamaica who are female. And so we're going to have our first meeting, and that will be a part of our tree planting exercise to make sure that when it comes June and June 5th, that we have farmers, female farmers out there planting trees and increasing food security and creating the economic development that we so deserve.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Leo. So I have one person, Michelle. Michelle, is there any way you can tell us a little bit about you? And you are now the head for the immigration and legal sector support. Can you just introduce yourself and tell us what some of your thoughts are? I know she was there for a minute ago.
Let me see if she's on mute. Hold on a second.
Okay, then.
No, I don't. Looks like she's, oh wait, actually.
Okay.
Michelle, are you there?
Hello, I'm here. Hi, are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, hi, good afternoon, everyone. As you know, my name is Michelle Fanger. I'm a local attorney from Jacksonville, Florida. I was involved in the Immigration Task Force, I think in 2015, where we went on 2 missions to Jamaica to assist individuals within the community. And as the now leader of it, I do want to continue on some of those projects, especially for June, where I will just provide informational sessions for individuals that are in Jamaica or here that might have questions and such in regards to immigration. And so it's newly formed, like I just got appointed. So I don't have a lot yet, but I'll be working on forming a group with not only attorneys, but other individuals, and to see how many people individually we could get involved to make that trip in June.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. I think that I'm hoping that I have not missed anyone. Leo, Kimon, can you help me? Have I missed anyone? And Leo, do not laugh at me. You are not allowed to laugh at me.
This is a professional setting, so no, I will not laugh at you today. I think that you've done
Thank
a
you.
wonderful job of recognizing the people. I wanted to especially recognize Leslie and Samuel and give her a chance to say something about the Education Task Force doing a big project to run about the same time in June as the Week of Action. And she is coming to Week of Action, not just Week of Action, but she's going to California also for that week. So please, Leslie Ann, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can everyone hear me? I'm not sure if I'm unmuted.
Yes, we can hear you, Leslie Ann.
Okay, wonderful. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Leo, and everyone for giving me a few moments here to talk about the Education Summit. As Caroline mentioned earlier, this is our 5th summit where we provide rather professional development for Jamaica's teachers. This year we're going to Riverside, California. We have partnered with La Sierra University, and our plan is to have a wonderful week of development and school tours and all kinds of other interesting things there in California to give our teachers, expose them rather to a whole other school system and approach to educational topics that are hot in the world of education today. This year, we're also doing something unique in that we will be joined, we hope, by members of the law enforcement community from Jamaica to give them as well as educators kind of a joint experience that would allow them also to begin that collaboration that we think is essential for solving some of Jamaica's problems. You know, educators can't do it all by themselves on one side, neither can our law enforcement community. So this provides, we hope, an opportunity for them to literally chat with each other. You know, what are they each experiencing and how can they work together to solve some of Jamaica's bigger problems. So if you would like, feel free to visit the UJA website and look for Summit 2020 to get more information. Registration is open. It's a mere $70, that's all, but you have to get yourself to California and put yourself up. But you are more than welcome. It's not just for educators, it's for anyone who is interested in this kind of work. We invite you to join us to spend a week of learning and sharing and collaborating. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Leslie.
I
And you know, the funny thing, Leo, I can say I have been to a summit, and I want to tell you all, if you can just go to Jamaica for Week of Action and find yourself at La Sierra, you will not regret it. I promise you, it's an awesome experience. It really is.
Thank you so much for that, Gretel. It is, I have to say.
Yes,
Truly.
it is. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Gretel,
Yes.
Gretel, I'd like you to recognize two persons. One,
Yes.
the principal at Salt Spring, and also Renee Steele from the Ministry of National Security. I'd love to hear her take on what I'd
Good
like to hear.
afternoon, everyone. Norma Bright, the Salt Spring Primary Team Leader.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We can hear you.
You can hear me, Mr. Leo?
Yeah, man, we can hear. We can all hear you.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Norma Bright, the Team Leader. Nice being a part of this talk. Thank you so much on behalf of Salt Spring. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We are going to be swarming your school very soon.
I am looking forward to that. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
And Renee Steele. Renee Steele.
Yes. Hello, Mrs. Steele. Can you unmute her, Kimon? Let me see. I'm not even quite sure. I don't see her, Leo. I think we might just have to be a little bit patient. I don't see her. Let me quickly do this. In the meantime, though, Leo, what I would like, I want to recognize her. I do want her to be able to say, you know, to speak just for a little bit. But then I would also want to provide the members, the attendees here actually, the opportunity to ask questions if possible. And Leo, I'm going to ask you to be the person to answer some of the questions. Now, like I said earlier on, we might not be able to answer all the questions, but maybe a few of them. If we don't have the answers, we will get them to you. I can promise you that. But please, Leo, is there anyone else that we need to be, one, aware of, and who would like to say something? And two, if there are any questions, then we can entertain them now.
Okay. Yes, I'd be happy to do that. I'll be happy to answer questions.
Please feel free.
So there's someone, Zerica Murray, who asked, how can we get involved?
Yes.
Zerica, please, you could go to Week of Action .JDTAN, JDTAN .org. Again, it's Week of Action JDTAN.org, and sign up. Or you can just send me an email. My cell phone number is 909-438-1819, and that's my WhatsApp number, not email. All right, so 909-438-1819. Bye.
I love it.
Hi, Indy. Hi, Indy.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Go ahead, Indy.
What would you like me to talk about?
Oh, actually, you just introduce yourself. I spoke to Indy earlier on, and he told me he is the kind of behind the scenes guy. He will be there. I don't think, Indy, you realize what you did. You actually have set yourself up with me.
Oh yeah.
Because now I'm going to have everybody who I can imagine, Rookie, Beverly, Ortavia, Dr. Dice, all of them. We're going to be pulling you up front. Just so you know, I am doing this in front of everybody, so you do know. Okay? Okay then.
Just want to miss everyone. Again, I go by Indy. It's the easiest way to call my name, and I will be. I'm planning to make it to the Week of Action, so we'll see how many trees I can get planted. But it's great to be a part of this and to see all the exciting things and all the powerful things that you guys are sharing and putting together. So just glad to be a part of it.
Okay, thank you.
Wanting to recognize Carla Myers, president of the Jamaica Alumni Association of High Schools in Jamaica. It's the Union of Jamaica Alumni Association's counterpart in Jamaica. Welcome, Carla. Thank you so much for being a part of it.
Okay. Welcome, Carla. Is there any questions? Any questions that you have? Please feel free to ask us the question. I think you can actually type it. Is there any question that you would have? Someone is trying to type something. That's good. someone, there's a question here from Carlene Gabadon. Apart from, and this might be for you, Leslie, and or Carlene, apart from the $70 registration fee, is there any other requirements to attend this summit?
This is Leslie. No other requirement, just the $70.
Okay, then. And from Tashana Reed, her question was for the week of action on the registration form. Leo, please help us with this. It says you would share room at a hotel. Do you have any idea about fees at the hotel or so?
Is this for week of action?
Yes, for the week of action on the form, it says you would share room at a hotel.
Okay.
And right, do you have any idea?
So the details of that will come. We're still in negotiation right now.
Okay, then. All right.
I don't know why I could help.
Okay. Any other question? We have, and I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly. Please forgive me if I don't. I'll just say Mr. Escobar. He said that he really likes the idea that we are sharing in this forum, and
I love you.
And hello, Mr. Escobar. How are you? Wonderful. Would you like to say something?
Would you
like to say hello? I think we're getting people in and out. Okay, so let me see if I can.
Hello? Yeah. Hello.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Go
This
ahead.
is Sonia Cole.
So you can try it.
I'm Sonia Cole from New York.
Yes. Hi, Tony.
And yeah, hi. So I'm just have a question. I'm interested in the behavioral health.
Yes.
And the seminars and workshops.
Yes.
Are there going to be additional like planning calls to discuss more the content of the workshops, et cetera, et cetera?
Beverly,
and how will the calls be made? Because I think there was something to the effect that calls or connections are made through WhatsApp. Is that
yes
through a WhatsApp group or something to that effect? I don't know.
Yes, you would need to join. You would need to go to JDTAN.org and you would want to join. And Leo, please help me with this. You would like to join you would have to join the group, and then you would then tell us exactly what area you would be interested in, and we would now have you as a part of our task force.
Agree.
Now, in terms of the week of action, I would ask Beverly Gordon, maybe you could answer the second part of it, Beverly, in terms of the plans.
I didn't quite catch the question.
My question is, what is the process for, additional planning, conversations, discussions around seminars and workshops for the Behavioral Health Task Force? I had signed up to participate in the Behavioral Health Task Force, but haven't spoken to anyone for a while on how this is unfolding.
Okay.
And so I am asking, what is the next steps in planning for the content of these seminars?
What is your name?
Oh, Sonia Cole.
Sonia. Sonia, can I get your phone number and I can call you and talk with you afterwards?
Sure. 914.
994.
914.
No, 914.
914.
629.
629.
8650.
8650. But I will give you a call so that I can clarify and give you some more information. Okay, thank you.
I also see, I see a question here that someone, Carla would love to know more about the mentorship and the restorative justice training to assist high school students. So for that, Carla, if you could give us your number as well, that would be very helpful, because this way Dr. Dice as well as Rookie Williams could maybe get in touch with you.
Rookie Wilson.
Rookie Wilson. I'm so sorry, Rookie. Don't worry, honey. You see the glasses how big they are? They still don't work. Okay.
So Dr. Dwayne Dice will address the mentorship. We call it your mentor.
Yes.
And then Rookie Wilson will address the juvenile and restorative justice issue.
Yes.
Yes.
Another question that I see here, and this might be for you, Leo. How long would it take to get the trees after signing up for the May to September time period?
Excellent question. Excellent question. Our trees are there are 2 planting seasons in the year: September, October, November, and also March, April, May, and possibly early June. And so those are the times we will be giving you the trees before that. So what you need to do for sure is to sign up on plantnufftree.jdtan.org. It's plantnufftree.jdtan.org, and we will be in touch with you, and we will and whatever the number of trees that you have pledged to plant, then we will be in touch with you and tell you when we will be out there and when the trees will be issued, whether or not you can pick them up, or you'll probably get a certificate that says go pick these trees up at this nursery or so. Okay. Hope that helps.
Okay. I think there's a truly important question here that we need to address. Nadine Williams has asked, what is the contingency plan in light of the COVID-19? We had planned on talking about this as a team, and I do want to say that this is okay, what has happened there? This is quite something serious, and we're really following very, very carefully what the government of the United States, not just the government, but just about everybody in the United States, I guess. We are following it very carefully, and we're trying to be extremely objective and very upfront, very transparent with everything that we hear. What we want to do too is to ask you, every single person who is planning to go to Jamaica, to be alert to everything. I think we shouldn't panic. I believe that we all, and I'm just, that's my perspective really, that it is of great concern to everyone. And I think if we follow the lead of the Jamaican government, I think they want to protect every citizen in the in Jamaica against this virus. And I know that they will be sending a lot of information out. One of the ways that I find information is going on to the Jamaica Information Service. And I would say, please, please follow what they say. We don't know where they're going. We do not know how long this virus will last. We really have no idea. And so our week of action is still on target. It still is on target. But we also have to make sure that we are acting in line with whatever the Jamaican government says, as well as the United States government. And I beg to say, even in Canada as well. So let's listen carefully and let's follow the instructions. And take care of yourselves. Please, if you feel that you're getting sick, go to your doctor, and then let's just follow what the head of our country says.
Also, I'm in touch with the Planning Institute of Jamaica, Mr. Clayton, and he says he will keep us abreast as much as possible of what Jamaica is doing, and that will give us an idea of what our actions should be. We also need to follow the Ministry of Health. They send out updates all day long. If you have updates that we have not seen, please feel free to share it on any one of the WhatsApp, or share it with me, or anyone, and so we'll get it distributed. But we are going along with, as she says, as Dr. Bradford says, we're going along with the Ministry of the government, both in Jamaica and across network.
Okay. I have two questions here that I just want to highlight, and Kimon is going to unmute you so that you can ask questions. But I have two questions here, and I think Leslie and Carlene, you might be able to answer this.
Can I say something really quickly?
Yes.
So I do want us to also be mindful, just to be sensitive to the fact that fear is very prominent with this COVID entity.
Yes.
And I know worldwide we've had a little over 3,000 deaths with COVID, but I can tell you that the flu takes out about 12 to 16,000 people in the U.S. alone per year. And the only difference, the main difference between the flu and the COVID is that they have a vaccine for the flu, but they're working on one for the COVID. But just not to blow it out of proportion, if you practice healthy hand washing and certain techniques, it's much more difficult for you to contract it. So just be sensitive to the fact that it is not as bad as it seems.
And I think also, from what I'm understanding, more and more people in the different states are trying to ensure that we are safe by saying work from home, you know, only go out if you have to certain places and all of that. So I do think I agree with you, Ayende, that that we just need to be cautious, just like everything else, and not blow it out of proportion. Thank you for that. There are two things here that I would love to address. One of them is, and I'll go back to you, Leslie Ann. Will there be an opportunity to facilitate discussions for twinning of Jamaican schools with those of the USA? I don't know if you'll be talking about that, Leslie Ann, during your summit.
You know, we will be visiting some schools, okay, to the extent that we have representatives from other schools, which is certainly very possible. There at the summit from schools in California. You know, those kinds of conversations invariably happen. So we put nothing in the way of that happening. Quite frankly, we encourage it, but it's very much up to the representatives who are present to begin that dialogue and to actually then make it happen.
Okay. And then there is one more.
Let me jump in for a minute on behind Leslie Ann.
Yes.
And Principal Bridson will find out now that we are attempting to twin a school in North Carolina with the Salt Spring School, elementary school in Salt Spring an elementary school in North Carolina with Salt Spring, so that they will be able to have, if it's possible, you know, a session or two of children exchanging culture and exchanging thoughts, you know, via Zoom or via what's the other one called again? It's been such a long time I've used it, but via Zoom, so that they can talk to each other and share discussions on topics.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, there's also one other question I think that would be in line with that. Sharon Palmer is a principal at Top Jackson Primary and Infant School, and she was at the summit last year, and she is going to the one this year, and she is crying out for help. And this is something we will definitely be looking at, Sharon. She's crying out for help, for some help for her school, which is located in remote St. Catherine. So maybe this will be a great time, the week of action, Sharon, for you to meet with us and then see how best we can help you. Okay? Okay. Let me see, is there anything else? Anybody else? I think you can unmute them now, Kimon, and then they can ask the questions. Any questions? Okay, so if there is no more question, then I will ask Leo to sort of close off for us. If there's anything that you would like to add, Leo, also if there's anything that, any pressing issue, just pressing issue that a task force leader may want to share. Just very quickly, I'll give you a minute and then we will close off.
Well, I want to say thanks to everyone who has joined the call, all the task force leaders who have joined the call. I know you could have been doing a lot of other things today, but you chose to be on this line to share your thoughts, share your ideas, share your efforts and your time with Jamaica. And we're also thanking the persons who joined the call who are not task force leaders. There are many people from Jamaica. There are many people from Jamaica and across the world who have joined and they've asked questions, Canada and United States. And I'm thankful that you guys are there. You ask proper questions, you ask good questions, and we were able to resolve. We just got another question from someone. What are the contingencies? What are the contingencies just in case the virus hits Jamaica or our country hard? And as I just responded to her, I said, we are waiting. We are following the rules, the governments, and we will act accordingly. So if it means that we may need to postpone, we will. If we're going to stay put, we're going to stay put. But right now, we are continuing our journey to be in Jamaica on the 31st of May through to June 6th. So we're asking everybody who can come, please contact us. If you have something to share with Jamaica, we would be happy to have you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
One more thing, Sharon Palmer, Ortavia Manning, who is the person who is in charge of our learning and development, please, she is asking you, Sharon, what kind of help do you need? So please just let us know, and I am sure you have the most wonderful person in terms of that. She will get back in touch with you. Okay, Sharon?
Okay.
Okay, then. Anybody else?
Great job, Gretchen.
Yes, Bart?
Great job.
Good job?
Yes, great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this process. We look forward to the week of action. We look forward to working on making our Jamaica a better place. And I do want to say this to those people who are in Jamaica. We are about collaborating with you. We know we have some of the most awesome professionals in Jamaica. We're Jamaicans, we can't do better. We're just awesome, that's it, period, you know? But I do want you to know that when we come with humility, we come knowing that you are doing the best with what you have. And all we're asking you to do is to make we put our little cocoa in the basket too. All right, that's all we're asking for because we think one cocoa full basket.
There you go.
Right. So please, thank you all for coming, and we look forward to great things. There will be many questions, and like I say again, I'll give you one more chance. Register please at Week of Action, one word, JDTAN.org. Okay? Again, Week of Action JDTAN.org. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night.
No! Same to you.
Peace out. God bless.
God bless.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, listen to that baby. That's so cute. Oh, listen to her.
Gretel,
Have a good night.
Gretel McGon. What a good job you did. Thank you so much for that.
Goodbye, dear. I'll see you. I'm trying to leave, but I can't leave these beautiful people. I guess eventually I will go. All right?
Thanks for the update. Thanks for the update. I really appreciate it.
You are
Hope to see
welcome,
you.
Carlene. You are welcome. You are welcome.
Okay, and thanks for your
Bye,
response.
Cynthia. You are so welcome. Have a good one.
Thank you. Yes, Manny.
Bye-bye.
Good mornings. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Cynthia don't want to leave.
Tashana, goodbye.
I think we're all trying to say goodbye, but the meeting won't let us do that.
Tashana said she thought this was a Jaminar, so she come on.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh, God.